Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this Warcraft Rumble raid guide, I'm going to take a look at Golemagg in Molten Core, now that Golemagg clears poison stacks between phase changes. So that doesn't completely kill the old strategy of using chimeras and just poisoning Golemagg to death. You can still do that, although it requires a little bit higher levels. I haven't yet determined what is the lowest possible level for that. But this of course makes it more attractive to use non-poison strategies, and there's no better non-poison strategy for Golemagg than to use Malfurion. But first let's take a quick look at Golemagg mechanics. Golemagg has an army that consists of Drakes, Earth Elementals, Fire Elementals, Firehammers and Pyromancers. There's also the Ancient Core Hounds that are patrolling the lanes, and then there are some Molten Giants that spawn on a timer. There's two main mechanics in the Golemagg fight. One is the Core Hounds. The Core Hounds patrol the horizontal lanes and they charge at ground minis. They can attack flyers, so if they're at the spot and you try to fly over them, they will start fighting, but they don't charge at flyers. And the charge deals a good chunk of damage. The Core Hound still deals a good chunk of damage otherwise too, but not quite as much. And then there's the burn mechanic, and the burn mechanic can be triggered multiple ways. Core Hounds will burn their lane upon death, so whatever point they're at, then the vertical lane that they're at is going to start burning when you kill the Core Hound, and then the Core Hound is going to resurrect after a while. And when there's phase changes on Golemagg, then also burn is going to apply, and eventually it's also going to cause your base to burn. And Golemagg at phase transitions is going to clear the poison stacks, and it also gains a 90% damage reduction for 5 seconds, so the fight is going to go a little bit longer. And for a non-poison army, Turtle and I cleared Golemagg with this. It's Malfurion plus Tyrion Alliance Cenarion push. Actually, you don't even necessarily need to be Tyrion. Malfurion is the important one here, because when Malfurion is alive and on the board, Malfurion is going to heal all of your Alliance and Cenarion minis, also your partners' Alliance and Cenarion minis when they reach 30% health. So we're just trying to make the most out of Malfurion healing here. 25 Malfurion, 25 Bog Beast is pretty much the lower limit. Maybe you can do it with 24s, but yeah, that's pretty much where you want to be in order to get good value out of Malfurion's healing. So the Malfurion army has Device Bandits for a little bit of cycle and also for getting a little bit more gold from the chests. Then I have Griffin Rider, Alliance Mini, benefits from the healing, good DPS, Bog Beast, just a phenomenal tank. We tested Bog Beast and we tested Harvest Golem, and we actually have both of them in Tyrion's army, but Bog Beast was the superior tank actually for this specific one in our test with the Flourish talent. Then we have Blizzard here, and then we have Dire Battlings. Golemagg can hit air, but Golemagg hits air units one by one. So Dire Battlings give Golemagg a lot of targets, and Golemagg is going to spend a while just pummeling those down. And then Huntress as the main DPS. And Tyrion army also has Huntress, Griffin Rider, Bog Beast, Dire Battlings, Device Bandits, and then there is a Harvest Golem there. Tyrion really should have Divine Shield as a talent, and that would have made this much easier, but yeah, we just had that when we experimented with Consecration a little bit. And at our levels, the most consistent strategy that we could come up with was to send a Bog Beast towards the left so that it will tank the first Ancient Core Hound. You also need to get Malfurion on the board by the time Bog Beast reaches 30% health so that Bog Beast will start to get healing. And then we pushed mid first, because in the mid lane, there are both of the chests, and I don't want to give all of that gold to the AI. So we pushed mid, and while our mid push was going and it looked good and we were going to win the tower, we started pushing right, and our main damage push was going through right. So then we had Core Hound on the left being tanked by a Bog Beast. The other Core Hound is going to charge to the center, and then it's going to be tanked by a Bog Beast there, while our main DPS team comes in from the right. Sometimes the Core Hound ended up switching a little bit between the mid and the right, but that's perfectly fine. Because then we also have Malfurion, and Malfurion has the Seeds of Protection. We used the Germination talent, so that can give seeds to all of your towers for the price of one, but even without that it's doable, because when you get seeds on the towers, that means that towers don't take burn damage, even though the minis around the tower still do, and that means that the towers just survive. You get to keep the towers for an extended period of time, and you will be able to reinforce your push, and you will be able to take down Golemagg. And also remember to send Dire Battlings at Golemagg, because if Golemagg doesn't have other support, those Dire Battlings will tie him down for a long time. So this was the best we could come up with right now for a non-poison strategy, but remember the Chimera strategy is still also viable, and this is what this strategy looks like in action. So here we go up against Golemagg, and let's see. First, I would want to send a Bog Beast to the left. I'm sending Malfurion to the middle. I'm sending Malfurion from far away and Bog Beast right there at the Core Hound. So it will start tanking that Core Hound, which means that our center push is going to get there without Core Hound charging it. And that means that we're going to be able to hopefully get that chest so we can get the gold and we can deny the gold from the AI, and we can also get the tower in there. Gold is coming in. Drake is awkward. Drake is definitely one of the most tricky things about this map. But here the push is going well. We're going to get the tower and we can start sending another push through the right lane. This time we managed to lose some gold on the right. Should have had a cobalt mining there, but we're a little bit too slow. And as you can see, 25 Malfurion, 25 Bog Beast, and that Bog Beast can just tank the Core Hound indefinitely. However, of course, once the AI starts to send other stuff than just the Core Hound, then the Bog Beast is going to be in more trouble. And now we have, I don't know what the Harvest Golem is doing. That Harvest Golem is really a little bit lost. Anyway, able to get some chests with the bandits, able to grab the tower, and we have a Bog Beast in the middle, tanking there. Now, we actually lost the Bog Beast somehow. I'm not sure how we lost that Bog Beast. Anyway, one Bog Beast left. I'm trying to pull it. Okay, oh dear. Now the Core Hound died a little bit of an awkward time because now the Bog Beast doesn't pull it again back to the left. So a little bit of timing issues there. But be that as it may, we're sending stuff. Now we would need to have a tank for the Bog Beast on the right, the second lane Bog Beast. Please have a tank for it. Nope. Yeah, sometimes can be a little hard to have everything on time. But be that as it may, the push is going incredibly well. We're dealing a bunch of damage to Golemagg. We have Bog Beasts out there, we have Malfurions out there. There's only one thing that can possibly stop our push, and that would be a Drake. If a Drake were to spawn, then there is a chance that Drake can kill our stuff. And if Drake can kill our stuff, then, well, then I guess we just need to send more stuff. Like, yeah. So it's still gonna be fine, I believe. Obviously now there's a little bit of fighting going on, but have Dire Battlings coming. We're able to mine. Battlings are reaching Golemagg. That looks really sweet. Malfurion is going to get charged, which is a problem, but Dire Battlings on Golemagg, and Golemagg, it just goes down. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.